Hey Excel users. In my VLOOKUP videos, I'm frequently asked to explain VLOOKUP in more detail as well as more simple explanation. So what we're going to do today is start a series of how-to videos about VLOOKUP. Hopefully we will both learn more about VLOOKUP by the end of the series, but let's get started with lesson 1. So let's start with the basics. What is VLOOKUP and what does this really mean? Well, everything starts back with an earlier formula, which still is available in Excel, called lookup, but it didn't prove as powerful, so a newer version came out that's called vertical lookup, or VLOOKUP. And now congratulations, you're in the top 20% of Excel users that you know that VLOOKUP stands for vertical lookup. There's also a horizontal lookup, or HLOOKUP, but based on how most people structure their data, I find that HLOOKUP is rarely used, but it is out there. And there also is a newer version of VLOOKUP called XLOOKUP, which we will cover in future videos to explain how it can even be more powerful than VLOOKUP. But once again, we'll talk about that in a future lesson. So what's the purpose of VLOOKUP? So it's really all about populating data. It's usually about pulling data from one data subset into another. And you do that by matching the data. So you find a common data point between two data sets, and then you actually pull data or display data from one into the other. So anyway, enough of the words. Let's jump right into an example of how you can use VLOOKUP in the most basic usage. Let's jump right into an example here of how we could use VLOOKUP for a simple operation. As I mentioned, the main reason you use VLOOKUP is when you want to pull data from one data set into a blank field of another data set. So that's what I have in my example here. I have two data sets. I have the blue data set on the left where I have a customer ID, amount due, but I don't know the contact name and the contact phone number for that customer. However, in the right table in orange, I do have that information. So once again, I know who the contact ID is and I know who the customer contact and their phone number, but over there I don't know the amount due, so I'm not sure who I need to call. Now, if you're only doing like this example with only 4 data elements, you could probably look this data up manually, type it in. It's not a problem. But think if you were doing this for hundreds of rows, you would never be able to type all this in. It would take you all day. You'd make mistakes, and it would just be a miserable day at work. So this is where you're actually going to use VLOOKUP to do all the work for you. So let's jump right in here. So what we have to do is we're going to start in the blank field. So we're going to start in the contact name of the first data row here. And I'm just going to do an equal VLOOKUP. And Excel should start to prompt me for that. And usually I start typing it, and when it selects the one I want, you can see it highlighted there. Usually hit tab and it goes ahead and it puts in the opening parentheses for me. And you'll see it starts to prompt me. It says, what's the lookup value? Well, if you look here in both of these tables, the common one is customer ID. You always need some commonality between the two data sets. So in this case here, I'm going to pick the customer ID in this table on this data set over here. Then I'm going to hit comma, and it's going to take me now to the next data element in this function. So now it's going to prompt me and say, what's the table array? Now we're going to go look and say, where are we getting the data from? And that's going to be over here. What you always want to do is, usually I select whole columns. It just makes it easier. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight all 3 columns, G, H, and I. And it's very important that you go ahead and make sure that the first column is the one you're matching the data to. Then I'm going to hit comma again. Now it's going to say what column index number or call index number do I want. This is what data set do I want returned. Do I want column 1, 2, or 3? Well, in this case, I want the name, so I'm going to put a 2 up here. Now I'm going to do another comma. It's going to say, do you want true or false, the approximate match or the exact match? Almost always you want to do exact match. Be very careful with doing the approximate. It does work in some circumstances depending on the data, but usually exact match is what you want. So I'm going to highlight false. I'm going to hit the tab, close parentheses, and if all works well, Leo Tolstoy should show up, and he did right there. So therefore, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right here is going over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and pulling Leo Tolstoy as the contact name. Now let's do the same with the contact number. So let's repeat the steps, but now we have to tell it to pull a different data row or data column. So we're going to do VLOOKUP again. Once again, it says what lookup value from this table. So I'm going to pick the customer ID. I'm going to do a comma. Now it's going to say what table array do I want. I'm going to pick columns G. I'm going to drag it over H and I. do another comma. Now it says the call index number. Once again, this is which column of data do I want to bring over. In this case, because I'm doing the phone number, it's the third. So I'm going to put a 3, another comma, do false for exact match, hit tab, close parentheses, and it should bring over the phone number for that person. And now all I have to do is just copy this down. So just Control V, and there you go. So now I have all of the contact names and the contact phone numbers. And once again, this could be for hundreds of rows of data. Now these two tables, just one quick tip, they don't have to be in the same view right here. They can be on a different tab. They can be on a different spreadsheet. Be careful with doing ones on different spreadsheets because later on you may not have it open. But definitely, I'm just putting them on the same view, but usually these would be on different tabs and they wouldn't be right side by side with each other. But anyway, that's the simple use case of when you need to fill in blank data with data from another data set. Okay, now that's the quick initial lesson. I hope you now have a better appreciation and understanding of how VLOOKUP works. Please let me know if you found this video useful.